life just feels like it's worth living. I'm not saying it wasn't worth living before, but it's a different level of experience that I don't know how to articulate, but it's one of those things where you have to see it to believe it, or experience it to really understand it. My name's Peter Petros. I am an entrepreneur. I was born and raised in the UK, and I am here now. I've been managing my business remotely online, and it's a business in education. And since I've been here, I've enjoyed it. Obviously, I've got a cultural background. My family, my parents are from here. My mum is from Duhok, my dad is from Mosul. Most of my family's ethnic roots are from this region. How do I define myself? Well, I was born and raised Christian, raised in the UK, so I'm British. I've got ethnic roots from Iraq, so I'm kind of Iraqi. I like playing football, so I'm a footballer. I'm a male, so I'm a man. Like, I can define myself in all these ways, but at the end of the day, I'm a human, and I look for human connections, and I love that. And the fact that I've got a beautiful experience growing up in the West and the UK, but also have some great ethnic roots here in the Middle East, I want to keep all of that. Call me greedy, but this is life. You want to experience it. You want those depths of experience. And for me, retaining the language, focusing on it at home in the UK, where only my parents were speaking to me in that language, and then my grandparents and my uncle and aunts came, and I was speaking it more and more. But even though the utility of the language wasn't there, we could have just focused on English. I wanted to keep that. That told me something about me, that I really love the cultural identity that I have, but also the fact that I love learning and experiencing more and more of the cultures. And for me, I am a man, I am a brother, I am a good family man, like all of these kind of things. I'm a businessman, I'm an educator. I love this adding to my identity, and one key element of my identity I never want to lose is the fact that I'm from here, and everything about here, generations, my great-grandparents and their forefathers as well. There are traditions, there are ways of living, ways of working, ways of interacting with each other that have done them well. We got to this far. I'm here now because of them. They must have been doing something right, and I love that. The food, the music, that's all the kind of stuff that for me is beautiful. I never want to lose that. And when I hear a song, sometimes I don't even understand what the words mean. I'm connected to it. Just even the melody, I don't know what it is. It's maybe something in my blood, or I don't want to go too deep here, but like, it resonates with me on a real deeper level, and that's something that you can't take away from someone, and I never want that to be taken away from me.
Is someone going out with you?
The first time I actually came to Iraq was in the year 2000. Then, I think it was about 20 or so years later, more than that actually, it was in 2022 when I came back to Iraq again for the second time. And all between that period of 2000 to 2022, so that's about 22 years here, I always wanted to come back, but the opportunity didn't present itself. I was young, perhaps, I was still in school, I was busy with university, I was busy trying to build my business, so on and so forth. Then the opportunity came because I was in a phase of traveling more and more into different countries I'd not visited before, and I asked myself, well, why don't I give the country that my family's from, where I'm originally from, another chance? And the opportunity came because my mum was actually going to come to Iraq. And we had this conversation, and I thought to myself, well, I could go with her and keep her company, or I could go a little bit earlier and actually experience it for myself without being anchored with her, going to see her family, friends, and people that she'd grown up with, and me not actually being able to experience it for myself. Prior to that, I was traveling on my own to these different places, and I really loved the fact that I could travel and go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. Oh, I wanted to go to that city. I wanted to do this experience with those people. I wasn't restricted, and I liked that. And I wanted to experience that here. And until I actually did that, all of the memories that I had were great before, but coming here and experiencing it on my own was completely different. I met people my age, we interacted with each other, we laughed, we partied, we ate. We sweated together in the football sense. We played a lot of sport, and great experience all around. And the days just kept getting longer. Like for me, back home in the UK, after like 6, 7 p.m. on a weeknight, that's pretty much it. There's not really much that happens. But here, after 6, 7 p.m., that's when things get started. You actually go out, you see people, and then you go from seeing one group of people to another group of people, and then you think that's done, but it's not, because then there's another element to it as well. Then you might go to a restaurant if you get hungry. That restaurant is not just eating the food, paying the bill and leaving. No. 30 minutes can become an hour, can become 2 hours, and you're just talking and you're just having fun. Life just feels like it's worth living. I'm not saying it wasn't worth living before, but it's a different level of experience that I don't know how to articulate, but it's one of those things where you have to see it to believe it, or experience it to really understand it. And for me, that was a great week. And then my mum came and it was still okay, but we did the family stuff, and I was also longing for that, to try and prolong it. And so that's why also it kind of fueled me to come back here more and more. I met my wife many years ago now. It's gone by like a flash, and we met each other in a kind of traditional, non-traditional way. So our parents knew each other briefly before we actually had a chance to meet. So my dad met her dad, and I met her shortly after that. And we had an opportunity through that to get to know each other a bit more. We went out, we spoke with each other, we learnt more about each other's lives, things that were going well, things were challenges for us. Because obviously I'd grown up in the UK, she'd grown up here, and we found a lot of commonalities, a lot of connections between our ways of thinking, even though we were born and raised in completely different environments by all intents and purposes. For us, we were connected because not just of the language, not just of the culture, it was a lot to do with our mindset. We had similar ways of thinking, similar ways of looking at the world, and I don't see the fact that we were raised in different places as a limiting factor or a bottleneck or a reason why we couldn't connect on that level. Quite the contrary, actually. We both lent each other experiences from each other. Like, we have different perspectives and different ways of thinking about things because of that. And we bridge that together to have kind of like the best path going forward. I bring some of the mindset or some of the experiences I've had from the West, and she has a lot of cultural values and things like etiquette and things that are associated more with Middle Eastern cultures that I'm aware of, but I didn't fully embody because I haven't had that immersive experience to the degree that she has. And together we're building in a way where we've got a nice bridge between the two, so that eventually, and this is something that's very important to me, when we have children, they are instilled with the best of both, because for us, we want to give them the best. And there are a lot of good here, and there is a lot of good aspects over there. And why not create a situation where we can bridge the two, not just for ourselves, but also for the next generation? And I think that's something beautiful, and that's something not to be lost. That cultural identity, regardless of where you're from, is something that's very valuable. They're not going to steal from them, they're not going to be late, they're reliable. They call you. So recently I've been doing some workshops here on how people can start and build their own business. And the reason I'm doing that is because I've noticed there is a large amount of unemployment in this region, and I'm uniquely placed to be able to offer some guidance and expertise around that from my own experience in building my own business in the UK. And so I decided to create some workshops and invite some people that I knew to begin with, and also opened it up to the wider public. And it's been successful. We've had some great people that have come with their own ideas, looking to have a bit of a roadmap personalised to them on how they can start and build their own business. And for me, it's fantastic because I get to share my expertise in a place that I care about with people that I know have all of the potential, but perhaps some of the guidance that they could have been given hasn't been given to them yet. And so I want to be that person to do that. And prior to that, obviously my experience in building my own educational business in the UK, and some other experiences as well along the way, working in a hotel in Spain, for example, learning how to entertain and engage guests. I bridged that in a way where I could package it in a nice and engaging workshop so that other people can not just receive the information, but they can also engage with it and internalize it. And that's what I hope to achieve here. And I hope to be able to do more of that and help more people. And so, yeah. Yeah, for me, so I've got a podcast on Babylon FM. It's called The Startup Show, and Babylon FM is a well-known radio station here, And for me, the Startup Show is about speaking to business owners in this region who have started and built their own business. They're at various different points. Some people are in their early stages, some people are more advanced in their journey. And the podcast is just a way that I can sit with them and talk about their journey openly so that people listening can take inspiration from them and perhaps learn some lessons that they had to learn the hard way, or sharing some of my own experience as well through conversations, so that they can also too internalize them and help them on their way. And so for me, that's part of a bigger idea of helping more people grow and develop their own ideas here with the best level of support possible. And in terms of actually starting the podcast, it wasn't too difficult for me compared to if I wanted to do something in the West, because I was able to leverage the resources of Babylon's team because they were willing to support me as I was willing to support them in creating a new channel for them to engage with the community. And so it was just a conversation initially with some friends that I knew that knew people that worked there, and then one thing led to another. I had an idea of perhaps doing a segment on the radio. They came back to me and said, would you be open to doing something a bit more engaging or a bit more, a bit more intensive? The idea for a podcast came through, and back and forth a bit, and here we are, and we've, I think, maybe 30 episodes in now, and it's doing well, and people are liking it, they're engaging with it. And I've got a lot of feedback from people that have listened to it saying, please keep doing this, we want more of these conversations. And for me, it's very energizing. I love speaking to business owners, but speaking in an open way where people can listen, and with the context of the local area as well, what it actually takes to start and build your own business from people that have done it here. For them, I think it's a very unique educational opportunity, and I'm glad to be a part of that and help support that. I was learning, and I loved the job. They were paying me, but I was thinking all of that time I would do this job for free. And I thought to myself, well, why? I was working all this time as an engineer, I didn't once think about that. But now doing this, where I was starting to align my interests with a profession, I could do that job and not think about it, and not even think about when I'm starting, when I'm finishing. There are things I do miss from the UK. For me, I've got friends there, I've got family, I've got memories, I've got communities, people that I play sport with, football, tennis, paddle, many different things, the gym, people I knew there. Going into places that I've got memories that I grew up, like there are things there that I definitely miss, and I'm not saying that the door is closed. No, I go back and forth to the UK. But for me, there is also here something beautiful that I like, and it attracts me, and it's part of the reason why after I got married, we decided to stay here for a longer period of time instead of do the traditional thing where the moment you get married, you kind of move to the country of maybe the husband. I don't know how many people's cases are, but from what I've heard, that is a common theme. And for us, we weren't in a hurry. Things are good here, life is nice here. I enjoy it, and in terms of adjusting for me personally, well, I kind of reached a point in my life where I knew what the bare minimum was for me to live comfortably. I'm not looking for the best or luxurious experiences. I'm not looking for the best cars or things like that. I know what core things that I need, what core elements in my life, if I have them, wherever I go, I'll be happy. There's love in my heart, there's people I care about, I'm able to work on the things that I care about, and I'm able to be around people that I like to be around. And I can have that there, I can have that here, and so whenever we go back to the UK, I have that there. Whenever I have that here, whenever I am here, I also have that. And whenever I travel, as long as I'm with my wife, and hopefully we'll build a family and we'll have more characters in the mix, we'll have that wherever we go. And so for me, as long as you kind of are clear on that, then it works, and that works for me. So the returnees that are here, they're quite interesting, different backgrounds. Some have come from Australia, some have come from France, Germany, many different countries, and they've all got their own unique stories here. And you kind of connect with them on a different level as well. The fact that we're all returnees, we share this kind of common backstory, even though different roots in a way. We've kind of come here with our own different reasons, but we connect here because we're kind of all in the same situation. And there are opportunities to see each other. We've got get-togethers. There have also been co-working spaces that have been opened up just for them, but also for the public. But those are kind of like hubs where we can get together, we can work together on the projects we're working on. collaborate, talk about ideas for how we could bring some of them here or start something ourselves. And there are other activities as well that we do together. And for me, I like it because it's another kind of sub-community in the community here where I've got my own friends that I've created, family connections, and I've also got another friendship group with the returnees. And the returnees, the more the merrier, because there's always someone interesting or someone new that comes back, and they've got their own story, they've got their own journey that they want to share, they've got their own reasons for being here, they bring their own energy, they've got this enthusiasm. It's like a child on Christmas Day, like they're just excited, they want to open the present, they want to, you know, take on the world. And then when a returnee comes back for the first time, it's like, oh my God, where has this been my whole life? And you know, great for them. They're experiencing perhaps what I experienced when I was 8 years old for the first time. And you know, why not have that experience? In terms of advice that I'd give to people that are considering perhaps experiencing this for themselves, I can only speak from my personal experience and what's worked for me. And I can say without a shadow of doubt that I have zero regrets. In actual fact, I wish I'd done it sooner, to be honest with you. There was that window between when I was 8 to, I think it was 30 or 29 years old, where I hadn't experienced this, and I was busy trying to live my life, trying to make money, trying to learn how to be of value to the world, that I kind of put this on the sideline in terms of coming here, experiencing it, and seeing what's going on. And although I had my reasons and I made the best decision I could at the time, I made it. But if I was to go back in time and advise my younger self, I'd say do it, and do it sooner. And again, that's advice for me, what works for me. Everyone's got their own situation and what they want to do. But if you are considering it, just ask yourself, what do you have to lose versus what do you have to gain? For me, in terms of loss, maybe a little bit of time, a little bit of money. Safety-wise, no issues. I've never felt unsafe here. Like, maybe the circles I hang around, maybe we're in the north, that's probably why, I don't know. But for me, I've just been comfortable here, I've been happy, been around people that love me, even people that aren't family members. Friends here, like, just feel deeper. Even though you've not grown up with the people that you've met here, you know, when you get to a certain point in life, when you're like a certain age, you've not grown up with people and you kind of don't know them on a deeper level. Here it's kind of like the opposite. You meet them even though you're older, but you kind of just get each other and you can connect, and it feels like your long lost cousin. You've got like a kind of a tie. I don't know what it is, but for me it's been beautiful. And if anyone else can experience that to any even small degree than I have, then it's an experience worth having. And بعدين لك أو إذا يلا أوكي.